Hello and welcome. This is Alchemist X, and this is the weekly update for December 23rd. I am finally back home. I wasn't sure if I'd get a chance to do this, but got a chance this afternoon to do some recording. It feels very, very good to be back home. So let's talk about what's new. So Ishuna now has a Job Plus. Always interesting to see some of the lower star units get some upgrades and make them usable. My initial impression is that she's got a pretty good gimmick, and that if you do not have a unit that can nullify buffs, 100% worth investing in her, because that is just a very, very good functionality. And I think the EX map from her Job Plus does a good job of showing off her kit. So she's got a new memento that is holiday themed, as well as Icona has one too. So I think if you want to really have Ishuna do damage, you want that memento, and then you would want ideally it at max limit break for the skill use +1. Icona has buff duration +1, and that does not need to be max limit broken, so definitely good there. Nothing I would say must have in that regard, but depending on how you like the units, could be worth chasing. So Icona's Job Plus is in the Christmas event, the newest one, and the old ones are all rerunning. So if you have missed any Job Pluses, I recommend taking a look through the rerun section and seeing what you can do there. So in this case, it is going to be one that gives you coins, and then you can spend the coins in the coin shop and buy the diagrams and the tokens, and then you're all set for Ishuna's Job Plus. You can also get quite a bit of shards for free from the challenge board from the coin shop, and then there's also a secret shop where you can buy some, luckily for Zenny, instead of gems. So as far as getting Ishuna where she needs to be to clear the level if you don't have another more suitable unit, like Oct. Oct can solo the hell map. Besides that, there is not a whole lot else going on besides the fact that the tower is now fixed. But there is one other thing that I wanted to talk about, and that was the coin shop with the holiday coins. So much like the pre-anniversary period where we had these pre-anniversary coins and you can get some pretty good stuff in the shop, this situation is almost identical. On the plus side, though, there is a Genesis memento selector as well as a Genesis unit ticket. So I think that the memento selector, unless you have all of them already, is definitely the most worthwhile thing on this list. So if we only end up getting like 400 coins for free, or I forget, I don't think we're going to be dealing with a Wednesday reset, but the shop is going to be around for quite some time. So whether or not you sink money into getting more coins, you'll still be able to get some good stuff. But my opinion on buying the coins is that if you were already going to spend, especially if you're already going to spend on the $30 bundle, that I think just buying the coin sets 10 times is a better idea than buying the $30 bundle. Same amount of paid gems, and you could guarantee yourself a Genesis memento and get some other random limited mementos along the way. So that's my opinion on that. So that is it for the content. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the banners. And here we are at the banners. So in general, I think there's some okay banners, but nothing that's really like super crazy. So as far as spending or saving discount tickets goes, I think it's not a bad idea to save, unless you have a very specific focus, like you're going after the Icona or Ishuna memento, or if you're in like a special situation with global, there's some good opportunities to get a few global units and a very good chance to get some good global mementos. But if that doesn't describe you, just saving your regular and holiday discount tickets for next week is not a bad idea, because they don't expire until the 5th of January, because the 1st is going to happen within the next reset, so they get extended a little bit. So let's start with the paid banners. Now, if you're watching this the same day that it comes out, then you'll have a few hours left to pull on these. If you are catching this after the 26th, then the next three are not going to matter at all. So the first one I think is pretty good. You can get a guaranteed Genesis unit, and if you own them already, 100 shards, and then 9 sets of 25 shards. So it's kind of lower risk and also lower reward, but just being able to get 25 shards of characters that are very, very hard to get, like the twins and the Dark Twins, Adelaide, Andex, Nimble, etc., I think that is good. So if you are a spender, this is not a bad way to spend paid gems. The next one is a little bit cheaper, and it is definitely interesting. More high risk, high reward. I don't think that it's bad per se. It's just that you might get like Nina or Ren or somebody that's like a farmable limited unit and then just normal pool units. So nothing good is guaranteed in this case. Even though one set is guaranteed to be limited, it doesn't mean good limited. So if you are okay with that, this could be worthwhile because a good result will go a long way in that even if you don't have the unit, you could just immediately transmute them, and that makes it just a little bit better than your typical 100 shard 5-star type banner. And then the last of the expiring today ones is a Memento reroll banner. We've seen these before, we'll see them again. They are definitely expensive, but I think that they're one of the best ways to use paid gems. I think that that first banner with the Genesis units, that's really up there. Memento ones are also very up there, especially if there are a lot of limited units or mementos for units that you want to get. Just be careful about getting greedy, because even though you can redraw 3 times, you could still have like 4 mediocre rolls. So definitely something to keep in mind. The final paid banner is a holiday themed one, and it is 3 steps. I think it's too expensive. I think you pretty much have to be a very big spender in order for this to make sense. So if you are, go for it. If you're not, skip it. And then I guess this is a paid banner too, but I don't even really count the relief ones whenever I'm evaluating them, just because we get so many for free that just things like the Genesis or the Memento rerolls, much better way to spend paid gems if they are scarce to you. Then we've got Icona and Nikaya 5-step. They're both available in the Louise shop, so I think that's a better way to go. If the step 3 had a selector like the next 2 we're going to look at did, that may be a different story, but because they don't, I don't think that really helps anyone. So normally 3 steps are bad, but when they do have a selector instead of a random set of 25 soul shards and you're close to transmuting, then that changes things a little bit. So depending on where you are with any of the units with this 3-step, like especially if that 25 shards will let you transmute them, or even maybe getting a gate or something like that, and you've got the discount tickets for it and you're confident that you're not going to want to spend them on something else next week, could be viable. Then we've got the Limit Break Festival type, 5-star on every step, which is always nice. None of them are automatically discounted, and I don't think it's worth going to step 7 because it's only rainbow shards, unless you have some specific plan for what you're going to do with those winter coins. Otherwise, kind of unremarkable, but if you're free to play, definitely way more valuable. Then we've got a 9-step for the new Christmas mementos. Not much to say about this, just the usual. If you want to guarantee it, this is how you do it. Then we've got a good one for globals, especially if you are wanting a few of these. It could definitely be good because all 5 stars that are appearing will be in this group. So if you got Lilith and you want her memento, or Red or Liza, definitely good to have, because just a little luck goes a long way whenever it has a small pool. And then finally, we've got kind of an interesting one for holiday type, not just the like winter holidays, but just holidays in general, because the entire 5-star pool is going to be just like summer, White Day, Valentine's Day, Christmas, etc. So there's a lot of good mementos in here. They're not all remarkable, but it is nice in that makes up the pool. So it's just a fairly big pool, and there's no selector on it. So if there's one in particular that you really, really want, I don't think it's going to help you that much. But the reliefs at the end are at least a good thing to have as a side bonus. And then everything else is an old banner. So definitely some options if you're in the applicable demographic, but otherwise I've got my fingers crossed for next week. So with the banners done, I'm going to go ahead and pull on that Genesis one because I really like those, and this happened to be a packed subscription renewal week for me, so that pushed me over the hump for paid gems. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's get started on this banner. I have no idea what that notification was. I think maybe Pinterest has like somehow turned its notifications back on. I will have to see to that after this video is done. So I don't necessarily have a result I'm hoping for. There's a lot of Genesis units that I need soul shards for, so we are going to see what happens with that. So, for the guaranteed unit, we have... Oh, Bianca! Oh, I kind of forgot that you could even get her from this, because I was a little confused on whether they treat her as a true Genesis unit or as a Ouroboros type unit. So that was kind of cool. I do have her memento if you... Or did I even post the memento one? I think I did. Alright, we got Quince, we got Mira. I'm a little spacey right now because Oh, Bianca shards as well. Because I had to take some medicine and it is very, very quickly making me very drowsy. So no idea if that's showing in my voice or not. I'm assuming that it is. So yeah, this has already been very worthwhile. I almost burned some light shards on Nikaya very recently, but I may hold off on that because Bianca seems pretty solid, especially with that memento in tow. Oh, we got some Nimble too. I am just getting set for life apparently on the brother and sister combo. Ambrosia, nice. Haven't raised her yet, but that should be happening soon. Now that the Lachina detour is done with. And some Dark Julia, nice. Oh, I might be able to get her gate 5. So yeah, definitely not a bad result overall. So if any of you are summoning this week, I wish you good luck, and I will see you all next time. Happy holidays!